Hey babe, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Good. By the way, you look way better than I do. You actually got dressed today.
Usually how it goes. Just
It,
kidding.
it is usually how it goes. You're completely right. I
My favorite is when you walk out in sweatpants and I'm in heels and you're like,
I gotta
I
change.
have to change.
Absolutely. Well, here we are again. Good morning. We got our coffee ready, and today, um, I I mean honestly, I want to kind of think back to when we were 20, 19 years old, having our first kid, and just how crazy that was. I was thinking about it this week, and it just it's a world of difference now, right? The parents that we are today compared to the parents that we were
Oh my God. Why am I getting
back
emotional?
then. She's just scared of the camera. That's why she's get emotional immediately. But yeah, so we had our first child, Alakai, at 19 and 20 years old.
I was 19 when I
Yeah,
had him.
19. And you were 19 and I was 20. And I always say, like, we were definitely kids raising kids.
Oh, yeah.
We're now 32. Ariana's almost 32. You're almost next week, you'll be 32.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. Next week, you'll be 32. So she's 32
I
already.
actually didn't get to celebrate one birthday, so I'm a year.
You're
I'm a year
younger.
younger.
It doesn't work like that. Um, but yeah, so 19 and on top of that, we had just barely kind of met each other
Uh-huh.
and didn't know each other for very long. And we have this child. And so what was it like for you being because that's the thing, we have two very different perspectives. Um, Me as being, the man, and you as the mother, and so two very different perspectives. So I'd love to hear of, like, what was it like for you as a mother at that age?
Honestly, I felt like I fit the role perfectly.
Yeah,
This role just fell right into my lap. Just I feel like that was my thing when I was younger. It was always babysitting kids. And so it just came so natural to me. And I I think that actually having and birthing and having the babies was probably one of the easiest parts of parenting for me.
yeah.
I feel like I was a rock star
And you
at
were.
it. Um, I think being so young, I was very optimistic.
Yeah,
um, it was like playing house. And so I loved it. I think if I could go back and have newborns forever, I would.
yeah.
I would for sure.
I agree. I from what I could see on my end of it, it definitely came more natural to you, and it was a lot easier. And you have a younger brother,
Hmm.
so you were already you were already in your teens when he was born.
Yeah, I want to say I was like 14 or
You were
so.
like 14, so
Yeah.
you kind of felt that throughout.
So me and my high school friends would just be, I remember there was one time we were like looking at the DI for like a car seat because I was like, we need to take him. We just need to take him. Just
That
put
was
him.
your
Let's
summer,
go.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Because I
yeah,
just babysat him in the summers. So,
yeah. So that was a very different experience than I had, because for me it was just me and my brother growing up, and so
mm-hmm.
I was not around babies. I had no idea how you took care of a baby. Kind of funny
I can
story there.
tell.
You remember that, where the the nurse was like, she was like, "Hey, you're gonna come and change the diaper,"
Oh,
and I was like,
I thought you were going to talk about hitting his head, but we'll talk
"Yeah,
about that one
no, we
after.
didn't. Yeah, we're gonna skip that one." But yeah, I remember the first time she was like, "Hey, come change the diaper," and I was like, "No, it's okay, you got it." And she's like,
No,
"No, get
no.
your butt over here and come change this
Sorry.
diaper." And so yeah, so that was a completely different experience. And like most babies, I feel like he was an angel when he was in the hospital,
Right.
and then they switched him out and they gave us
A baby pterodactyl.
a
Yes.
a baby that just for some reason cried all night.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he hated it at the house.
Yeah. He actually had his days and nights mixed up.
You remember that?
Yes. And I would stay up all night with him,
Yeah.
all night, and then I would sleep all day. And at the time, we were living with your mom,
Yeah.
and she would be like, "What is wrong with her?
Yeah.
she
She'd
sleeps,
she'd
she sleeps all day."
she'd pull me aside. She'd pull me aside. Hey, I got to tell you something. I'm here most of the day, and
She
she
just
sleeps all day.
sleeps.
She was concerned for her son.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, that definitely did happen. But so it did come more natural to you, and how, I guess, because we had our second one very soon after, a
Hmm.
year and a half later.
Yeah, they're a year and a half apart.
So once you had two of them, what was, I guess, being young? How did that influence that? That you being a mother?
I had energy.
Yeah,
I had the energy. I mean, I it was we were just going.
compared to now, did you have the patience as well, or just energy?
Um, oh, I don't know. I feel like that's a good question. I feel like
Well, now they're six, so let's.
okay, and I feel like we have very flipped ideas or
Mhm.
very flip. I feel like I have matured over the years, and so I can keep my cool for a little bit longer with one kid. Um, but when there's multiple, I can snap under some pressure. So, man, it's really hard to say because I feel like with certain situations, I can be more lenient, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me now, more than there was when they were younger.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and that's
so yes and no. I mean,
yeah,
it kind of comes with the ages. Like I feel like I can be a little bit more patient with the younger ones when certain things happen. When I know like, oh, we've been through like potty training. Yeah, super patient with potty training.
yeah,
Like you'll end up in underwear one day. It's fine.
yeah.
But
Well, and just understanding those milestones, right? I think that was the
yes,
biggest thing for me. Is with our first one, I had no idea what milestones look like. I had no idea. Like I was just like, why are you acting like this? Because it did not make sense to me. And then as we had a few more, now I understand the milestones, and I'm just
you're
like,
like it's a phase you're going through. You're
dude, this. Do
fine.
you remember he freaking used to ball his fist up like
Yes,
he wanted to
he's
fight
so
me?
mad.
I
Miguel almost fought a toddler.
Yeah, super, super reactive. And I think that's the biggest thing about us being young parents is that it, it just the pace, at least for me, I was very reactive, very, and plus I was going through,
I also feel like that has to do a lot with the pressure
yeah,
that we had on us at the time, right? I feel like you had a lot more pressure on you with, well, now I have her to feed, him to feed, and there's another one coming.
yeah,
We were, like I said, we were living with your mom for a little bit, and then we got our own apartment, and there was a lot put on your shoulders. And
yeah,
so I do have to thank you for that because I didn't ever feel that. I was kind of living my dream, just having my babies.
yeah,
I was stayed home from the moment that I had Alakai, and I just got to be with them, and I never felt those pressures. So I was very optimistic
yeah.
when we were young.
We're good.
And so I feel like the patience also comes with the pressure
Yeah,
that is put on you because I feel like nowadays I feel like there's a lot more pressure on me with Alakai becoming a teenager and homeschooling and taking on so much more with raising them and being
yeah,
home with them every day. And there's so many more of them
yeah,
that it it has more impact on how reactive I am and yeah, throughout the day. So
I agree. And I did take that on early on, and I think part of it, if I could go back now and reflect on that, um, we were talking about how I look at our youngest now, and she's a little 2.5 year old, and I gotta say, she definitely, none of the other ones have acted the way that she has. I think she's a spoiled little little girl, and
I don't know why she thinks the middle finger is like
is
the
yeah,
peace
like
sign, like a handshake.
yeah. So none of the other ones have acted like that. So it was
uh,
definitely very different. But with her, and I see her now, and I try to think back to my oldest being her age, and I'm like, man, like
you
where was
wouldn't
I?
dare. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think, where was I not present, or was just like that just goes to show like my focus was on other things. It was on work and all these other things. And so that's the biggest shift that has happened in my life is that now I have gotten to the point where I'm much more patient, much less reactive, and I can enjoy those moments a lot more. Now, there's a times where like last night I was tired and
When
got
you
home
died
and
on the couch.
yeah, I was, going to sleep on the couch, but there's definitely more opportunities now where I get to just be
Slow
dad
down and
and just
and
slow
notice
down
her,
and
yeah.
take it in, and we'll go to the pool and really enjoy that. So
And see, I feel like for me, I have to like really. We've talked about the roles thing, and it's worked so far, and it gave that role visibility. And I
yeah,
really have to be like, I'm just gonna show up as mom right now because we're in the thick of it. I can constantly get lost in
a million things.
a million different things,
Yeah,
and I'm not present. And I look at our older daughter and I'm like, oh my gosh, you are getting so big, and just being with them day to day, you don't realize that. And
yeah,
I feel like
and it just goes by
it
so
goes by so
quickly.
fast. So
I
I feel like right now I'm missing those milestones with Amara because I'm so
yeah,
busy with all the other ones. And so I feel like we've kind of, yeah,
we
flipped
kind
on
of
that a little bit.
swapped a little, and there is more pressure on you now. I would say, however, you know, we are much better parents today than we were back then, which is kind of natural. Children don't come with this manual, and you have no idea. You're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, for me, that was kind of the biggest change. So let me ask you this: what about the fact that we were so young and we had six children in 10 years? How how has that shaped you? Like you were a young parent, were you able to connect better with them? Um, were you able to understand maybe different
Yeah,
things?
you know, I feel like it still is. I'm still maturing over the years, and I feel like it allows me to be a little bit more apologetic and open with them of
Yeah,
like, hey man, I messed up. That wasn't right of me to talk to you like that or do these things. And so I feel like that has shaped a lot of me being able to connect with them
yeah,
and build the relationship that we have with them, because I am still realizing those things for myself. I think it also has shaped our option to homeschool them. I feel like,
that decision came from us essentially being able to still relate to being teenagers.
yes, to being teenagers and being so, um, it was so fresh in my mind that it was how we were influenced by, how I was influenced by peers, and the way that I looked at school, and I just felt like I wanted something different for my kids. Um, and I wanted them to learn actual real life skills. Um, and I feel like it has made our relationship and our connection flourish. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um,
And that was also part of it. Earlier, you said, being able to apologize to them. When we were younger, that was not happening. Like you just thought, I'm right, you're wrong,
yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
And
A power struggle. It was a power struggle
yeah,
for sure.
and you're so right. Being able to come to them and having that moment of saying, you know what, I messed up on this, and I'm just going to let me just come talk to you. Hey, man, I'm so sorry. I messed up. I should not have talked to you that way. I should not have raised my voice. And just being able to be honest, I think comes with maturity too, of the difference of when we were 19, 20 years old, thinking
Mm-hmm.
that, we were right about everything. And now at 32, 31 years old, and, realizing like, hey, guess what? Like, you also make mistakes, and being able to really cultivate that relationship with them, and really caring about that, right? I think has been one of the biggest things that we've been able to shift as parents for sure. And you're right, the decisions that we made to homeschool, the decisions that we made to make sure that our home was very strong, come from also our experiences of going through being teenagers and being so fresh in our minds,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think if we would have, gone through our 20s and 30s, like we forget what that might have felt like,
Mm-hmm.
and so it did shape a lot of it. I don't regret it. I don't regret what we did. I think
I would recommend it.
I you know what, I am a firm believer that I think people need to not jump into having children, because I think ours was reckless, and I think we're very
Fortunate
blessed and fortunate that we've been able to,
of how it worked out and that we were
yeah,
able to stay strong
yeah,
within everything that we've been through.
yeah, and make an actual marriage and relationship out of it. And I think a lot of people don't come out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely wouldn't suggest just jumping into it, but there is an aspect of having children that
You're never going to be
it's
ready for.
unknown. Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
never going to be ready for it. You're never going to be like, okay, this is the perfect time. So no, I don't regret it. We now have 6 kids, and I think uh, we are on our way to being better
Having more?
parents. No, we're
Oh,
not on our
okay.
way to having more. We're done. We're on our way to being better parents. but uh, but yeah, it definitely has shaped how we parent today, and the things that we do now. So,
You're a
um,
great dad.
huh?
You're a great dad.
Well, thank you, babe. And I think you are a phenomenal mother, and you do make it look very easy, um, very graceful for having 6 children and just like absolutely killing it. I still could not do that. So I think you're amazing. And I think just before we close, like one big question here is like, who got you that awesome sweater you got on today?
God.
It's my favorite
God
now.
did.
Well, yes, but God put it in me to
To
buy that
gift
for
it
you.
to me.
uh, all right, babe. Well, thanks guys for watching, and yeah, that was it for today.